In this tutorial, I'll be demonstrating how you can apply outlines to objects using Inkscape. Now, in previous tutorials, I demonstrated how to do this using offsets, but in this lesson, we're going to use strokes, or more specifically, a setting within the stroke menu that makes this a lot easier. So for this demonstration, I have a text object that I'll be applying this to. So let's say I wanted to apply an outline to this text object. All I have to do is click on it to select it, and then I hold my Shift key and then click on one of these colors down here in the color palette. And if I click on that color, you can see what happens there. It applies an outline to the object in the color that I selected from the color menu. Now, as I'm sure you can see here, there is a little bit of a problem. Number one, there is some separation between the individual letters, and two, the outline is going inside of the letters so that it's taking up space within the letter and distorting its appearance. So let's go over how we can correct this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down here to where it says fill, and I'm going to click on this stripe right here. And when I do that, it's going to open up the fill and stroke menu over here on the right hand side of the screen. Within the fill and stroke menu, I'm going to select the stroke style tab. And if you come over here, you'll notice there is a section titled order. If I hover my cursor over this first option right here, a label will populate telling you the order of the objects. The first is the fill, and then the stroke, and then the markers. So the way that the order works is at the bottom is the fill of the object, and then in the middle is the stroke, and then on top is the markers. Now there's no markers applied to this object, so we're just going to ignore that. So the stroke is on top and the fill is on the bottom. What we want is the opposite of that. So I'm going to come over here to this next option that says stroke on the bottom and then fill on top. And if I click on that, you'll see what happens. It takes the outline and puts it behind the text so that now we have our text in place without it being distorted. And now I can increase and decrease the size of this outline if I want to. If I hold over this plus key right here, you can see the outline is growing, but without distorting the text. And I can do the same thing. I could decrease it as well. Now, another thing you may notice is that the corners of the outline are sharp. This looks okay for this text object here, but if you're working with a font that doesn't look good with sharp corners, what you could do is you can come over here to where it says join, and you could choose this option in the middle right here that says rounded join. And now we have nice, smooth, rounded corners like that. And if you want to switch that back to sharp corners, just select this option over here that says miter join, and then it puts it back to how it was previously. I like how this text looks with the rounded join, so I'm going to place that back to how it was. And one final thing to pay attention to would be the stroke size when scaling the object. So if I zoom out, let's say I wanted to make this object smaller. I can click and drag this handle right here to scale it down, and I'm going to hold the control key to scale it proportionately. If I do that, you can see what happens. The stroke becomes larger when I do that. Now, if I press Ctrl Z to undo that and put it back to how it was, you can see it goes back to how it was previously. And the reason why it works like this is because I have a setting enabled up here in the toolbar menu. This button up here that says when scaling objects, scale the stroke width by the same proportion. If this option is disabled, it's going to make it so that the stroke always stays the same size. Now, the stroke weight is the same size regardless of the size of the object. It just looks bigger and smaller in proportion to the size of the object. If you notice right here, the width is 16.2, and if I scale it down, it remains 16.2, but it just looks larger on the object because the object itself is smaller. If you want to disable that setting, what you have to do is enable this setting right here that says scaling objects, scale the stroke width by the same proportion. Click on that button to enable it, and now you can scale this object and maintain the proportions of both the object and the outline going around it. And if at any point you want to revert back to how it functioned previously, just disable it again, and now the stroke remains the same weight regardless of how you scale the object. So that is one of several ways in which you can apply an outline to an object using Inkscape. If you found this lesson useful, then consider checking out my Inkscape Masterclass. It's a collection of over 60 videos where I go over all of the tools and features in Inkscape, and I explain what they are and demonstrate how they work. Kind of like how I did in this video. We even have a private community where you can ask questions and get help from me anytime you want. And best of all, there's no monthly membership fees. You just pay $17 one time and you're in for life. I'll have some information about that down below if you want to check that out. As always, thanks for watching.